Good morning. Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Russian rescue workers this morning have found a flight recorder from the military jet that crashed into the Black Sea over the weekend, killing all aboard. 92 people were on board the plane when it crashed Sunday morning after it crashed minutes after taking off from Sochi. The Defense Ministry said that one of the flight recorders has been found about a mile away from the shore. It's not immediately clear when the data will be available, but people on the scene are saying that data could be made available by later today. Officials still have not announced the cause of the crash, but they're anxious to squelch speculation that it may have been caused by a bomb on board. However, some aviation experts are noting that the crew's failure to communicate any problem and the large area over which the fragments of the plane have been found do point to a possible explosion on board. The plane was a Tu Tupolev 154, a Soviet-built three-engine airliner designed in the late 1960s. It's generally thought of as a Boeing 727 equivalent. The Philippine Coast Guard is pressing its search today for 18 crewmen still missing from a cargo ship that sank at the height of the Christmas Typhoon Nock-Ten, which struck the country. The ship that sank was the MV Starlight Atlantic. It sank off Batangas province. Some 3 other people are known to have been dead in the Philippines, which forced more than 420,000 people to abandon their homes. Power was knocked out in several provinces. A 7.7 earthquake struck Chile on Sunday in the southern part of the country. It prompted a tsunami warning, which was later rescinded. There do not seem to be many casualties or much property damage. Since 1973, Chile has had more than a dozen earthquakes of magnitude 7.0 or greater. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India has now approved 5 leading global reinsurance firms to launch business operations there. Munich Re, Hanover Re, Swiss Re, SCOR, and the US Reinsurance Group of America have been approved. Other reinsurance companies are set to receive lesser licenses, including XL Catlin, Lloyd's of London, and Gen Re. They'll be on the way to receiving full license approval. The troubled Italian bank Monte de Paschi de Siena says it'll need more rescue money than previously expected. The bank said in a statement issued late last night that the European Central Bank had estimated its capital shortfall to be at about 8.8 billion euros, 9.2 billion US, well above the 5 billion euros that Monte de Paschi had been planning to raise just 2 weeks ago. The increase in the amount is due to the fact that the bank's capital position has deteriorated in the past month as customers rush to get money out. We mentioned that Monte de Paschi is in addition to being the oldest bank in the world, is also one of the lead zombie banks in Italy that will need recapitalization. The Japanese company Toshiba said that it may have to book several $1 billion in charges relating to a U.S. nuclear power acquisition. In 2015, the company purchased Chicago Bridge and Iron, which is involved in construction of nuclear power plants. Toshiba says that there's a possibility that there could be a write-down of more than $2 billion coming from this business. The CEO, who took the helm of the company in June, had embarked on a string of restructuring steps to clean up Toshiba's books. He said that the conglomerate would have to look at some kind of strategy to boost capital. He said, "We would have needed to boost our capital base anyway because our equity ratio is low." Asked if Toshiba's liabilities would exceed its assets, the chief financial officer said that the company had not yet completed its estimation of the charges that would be associated with the Chicago Bridge and Iron expenses. Yesterday, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe arrived in Hawaii. Later today, he is going to meet with President Obama at the last summit meeting between the two while Obama is in office. And then after that, the 2 men will proceed to Pearl Harbor, where they will appear jointly. Mr. Abe will pray for the dead but will not issue an apology. Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, which killed 2,300 American servicemen, propelled the United States into World War II. President Obama earlier this year became the first sitting American president to visit Hiroshima, and Mr. Abe will become the first sitting Japanese prime minister to visit Pearl Harbor. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.